Welcome to the practical approach to research for healthcare professionals. Today, I'm going to introduce the concept of research to you. In this first lecture, I'm going to cover the following topics. Firstly, I'll highlight some of the challenges faced by healthcare professionals when doing research and how this course will help you to overcome them. I'm going to explain the what, why, and how of research by sharing with you what is research, why do research, the research process. As some of you are clinicians, I'll explain briefly the differences between research and audit. These are some of the challenges healthcare professionals face when we think about research. I don't have time. Lack of time is one of the most common barriers for busy healthcare professionals. Research is often not a priority except in academic institutions. However, with proper planning and teamwork, research can be incorporated into your routine day-to-day work. I don't know how to do it. Another common barrier is the lack of research skills. Most of you might find research daunting because of its complexity. So much to learn and where to begin. Fortunately, research is a systematic process which can be planned and implemented according to a protocol. I believe this is exactly the reason why you are attending this course, to learn more about how to do research. Another challenge is I don't know what to research on. Some of you may find it difficult to look for a research topic to work on. Don't worry, in the next lecture, I will show you where you can find research topics. I will show you there is absolutely no shortage of interesting research questions. I don't have funding. Research needs manpower and resources. This requires money. Therefore, it is important that you apply for a grant before conducting research. However, research grant may not be easily available in some countries, especially for researchers who are in the early stage of their career. In the last lecture of this course, I'll discuss where you can look for funding and how to apply for a research grant. Another challenge is there is no incentive to do research. Some of you may work in an institution where there is a lack of research culture, where research is not a priority. This makes doing research challenging and sometimes unrewarding. The ultimate goal of research is to generate knowledge that will hopefully help our patients and improve their health or quality of life. Therefore, if you have a good research question, I would urge all of you to start by doing a small research project, produce results, which often is the start of inculcating a research culture in your institution. What is research? Research is a systematic investigation of a healthcare problem with an open mind in order to establish novel facts, explore or solve new or existing problems, prove new ideas or develop new theories using a scientific method. There are two key concepts in this definition. Firstly, research must be systematic and we must use a scientific method to answer the research question. Therefore, research requires the researcher to go through a systematic process of finding a question, searching for literature, using a valid research methodology, conducting a research in an unbiased manner, and coming to a logical conclusion based on the study findings. This process is systematic and based on scientific principles. The second important concept is that researchers must have an open and critical mind. We should use research to find answers, not to affirm our beliefs. When conducting a research, it is important to conduct a comprehensive literature search to find out what has been done and not been done, talking to colleagues and experts in the research area before finalizing the research topic. Be open to feedback and criticisms. Use them to help you improve your research. As a healthcare professional, some of us may be conducting audits to improve patient care and healthcare services in our organization. Some of us may find it difficult to differentiate between research and audit. I'll now highlight some of the important differences between research and audit. Firstly, research aims to derive generalizable new knowledge, while audit is designed and conducted to produce information to inform delivery of best practice. Secondly, research is designed to test a hypothesis or explore themes, while an audit tries to answer the question, does this service reach a predetermined standard? Thirdly, research may involve evaluating an intervention such as a treatment, while in an audit, it usually involves an intervention which is based on the choice of the clinician and patients. The intervention is implemented according to the clinical practice guidelines, professional standards, and patient preference. Fourthly, research collects data that are additional to those for routine care, while for audit, existing data from the practice or institution are used for analysis. Another difference between research and audit is the need for randomization. In research, particularly in intervention study using a randomized controlled trial, the patients are randomly allocated to either a treatment or a control group. On the other hand, in audit, no randomization occurs. All patients or the whole clinic undergo the same intervention. Finally, research requires research ethics approval, while audit does not. It is important for us to reflect why we are doing healthcare research. Most would agree that the ultimate goal of healthcare research is to improve patient care. Healthcare researchers are trying to make healthcare effective, safe, timely, and personal. It is also important to realize that the advancement of medicine is based on research evidence. Most of us begin as users of research. By doing research, we are creating evidence and helping to advance medical science. Let us now go through the research process together. It is important to know the research process is not a straight line. Often it is cyclical and iterative. All research starts with a research idea, which needs to be defined and refined before finalizing the research question. This process requires the researcher to conduct a comprehensive literature review, which helps to identify what has or has not already been done. Often, the research question will be revised after the literature review. The literature review also helps the researcher to identify similar studies and learn from these studies how they were conducted and what problems they have faced. Once the research question is finalized, the researcher will proceed to plan for the research by writing up a research proposal. A research proposal is like a map, which guides the researchers to complete the project. It includes the title, background of the study, objectives, methodology, and outcomes. A research proposal also includes the timeline or Gantt chart, as well as the budget. Besides being a map, a research proposal is also needed for the applications of research ethics, approval, and funding, which are the next steps in the research process. Once you have obtained ethics approval and funding, you can start collecting data. However, it is recommended that a pilot study should be conducted before starting data collection. This is to iron out any logistic issues of the study and problems with the questionnaire or topic guide. After data collection, the data have to be verified, cleaned, and prepared for analysis. There are softwares which can help to manage or analyze the data. The research process ends with writing the report and publications. This is part of research dissemination, and it is essential to share your research findings with others so that they can use it as clinical evidence to support patient care. Research evidence is commonly disseminated through conference presentations or journal publications. The research process should not stop here. By conducting a research, more research questions will be generated and further research should be conducted, and the research cycle repeats itself. This course will take you through most of the research process. However, we will not go through the data analysis and writing for publication. In week 1, we shall share with you where to look for a research topic and how to formulate an answerable research question. In week 2, you will learn how to develop a literature search strategy and identify databases that are relevant to your research question. In week 3, we will provide you an overview of the range of quantitative research study designs such as cross-sectional study, cohort study, and randomized controlled trial. In week 4, we will introduce qualitative research methodology to you and answer some of the commonly asked questions regarding qualitative studies, such as what is qualitative study? Is qualitative study scientific? When should we use qualitative methodology, and how to conduct qualitative studies? In week 5, we'll go through the importance of writing a research proposal and what you should include in it. We will also give you practical tips on how to conduct a pilot study before you embark on the study proper. Finally, in week 6, we will address 2 important steps in the research process: research ethics and grant application.